This is the Business Today. I'm Marlon Madden. Key players in the cultural industries can access funding under the Cultural Industries Act, but there's a need to make the process easier. The issue was a major talking point for panelists at the International Business Week public discussion entitled International Business New Paths Forward. Chartered accountant Tyson Thompson called for the distribution of funds under the Cultural Industries Act to be managed by a private sector entity. He suggested this would ensure faster and easier access to the funding.
When you put in tourism sector, there is a tourism development fund that is managed by somebody in the private sector. So accessing funds on the tourism development fund and accessing funds on the cultural industries bill is going to be a difference in time. And the reason it's going to be a difference in time is because if you have it in government, the government have to be sure that the funds are being spent. And it goes from department to department to department. So it's what I call the process, bureaucracy of having a fund being managed by the government is going to be different from a fund being managed by the private sector.
The BEF Flow $20 Challenge is here again, and with last year's competition being hailed as a big success, officials say they are satisfied with the overwhelming response and innovation. Speaking to the media this morning at the official launch of this year's $20 Challenge at Flow's Warren's location, Captain of the $20 Challenge Keith Miller says he's pleased with the interest shown by the children and the schools.
When they do eventually make money, they hold their own money in their hand. What do I do with this now? Well, they know they have to give us $20 back because it's a loan.
Okay.
But we also encourage them to make a donation either to charity or to some body or some institution within their own community, because they must understand the concept of giving back. And the results we've had with the children so far have been incredible. The generosity has seen no bounds, including some participants who donated every penny profit that they made, which on occasions has been in $2,000, $3,000 or $4,000.
Miller says the business challenge is a good avenue to teach children from early how to be innovative and entrepreneurial.
At the end of the day, we want to give them something that otherwise they would not get. And the whole point of the $20 challenge, as I say, is they actually experience what it's like to be an entrepreneur or what it's like to be enterprising. By the time they finish the $20 challenge, if they do finish it, they've already been entrepreneurial because they couldn't get to the end otherwise. So the great thing about education is the old adage, tell me, I forget. Show me, I remember. Involve me, I understand. So because they've gone through the process, they understand what being enterprising is all about.
Meanwhile, marketing manager of Scotiabank, Amanda Lynch Foster, described the challenge as a great start to developing the entrepreneurship sector in Barbados.
If we, as we say we do in Barbados, want to create a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation, then we have to start with young people. They're the ones that are going to create that culture in the future, which will take Barbados from being a country of importers to a country of exporters, from a country of consumers to a country of producers and creators. But to do that in the future, we have to shape an entrepreneurial mindset in our young people from now. And the BF $20 Challenge challenges young people to think of themselves as potential job creators and not just job seekers.
Managing Director of Flow, Niall Sheehy, another sponsor of the competition, says he's impressed by the challenge. He says Barbados is lucky to have such an innovative program, and he encouraged the participants not to be afraid of taking risks in business.
I guess we also want to make kids aware about taking risks. It's not always the safe option. The safe option is always the easy option, but we want to show people. I think the BEF Flow $20 Challenge allows people to understand that I can take risks. Sometimes I fail, I'm going to get back up. And I've always been impressed by the amount of repeat participants that come back. They didn't do well the year before and they get a new idea and they're coming back. And I'm also impressed with the amount of schools, and particularly with the schools that allow it to be built into the curriculum. They recognise that it's important that they give the kids time within their school day to do this. And you tend to see those actual schools do a little bit better than the other ones because there's more of a focus on it. And this, I think, has a tremendous impact on the children's futures.
So far, 22 schools have signed up for the challenge, which will begin on October 12 and conclude at the end of December. There will be approximately 15 third, fourth, and fifth form students from each school taking part in the challenge, which is in its 5th year. Each student will be loaned $20 to start a business. They will also be provided with mentors throughout the competition. Now for today's financial tip. Go to college once you're in a position to do so. Your earnings potential increases significantly with a college degree, which will come in handy if your other dreams don't materialize. That's been the business today. Join us again next Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Marlon Knight.